Hey guys, hello and welcome to video number 5. My name is Vincent and I'm here to talk about two things. First, about my attempt to break the record of most films seen in a cinema in 1 year, and then I'm going to give you a little opinion of mine, personal, unspoiled, about the film, one of the films that I saw, and it's going to be Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Now, I have this weekend seen my first Bollywood film. It was an Indian film called Bahubali 1 and Bahubali 2, or Bahubali the beginning and Bahubali 2 the conclusion, and to be honest, I was pleasantly surprised. It was a lot of fun, very kitschy, very bad CGI, cheesy and all that, but a lot of fun, very entertaining, great music. I had a lot of fun watching this. Was pleasantly surprised. The second thing that happened to me this weekend is that on day 47, I reached 100 films. So, this far on day 49, I've seen 105 films. So, I'm getting ahead. I'm at 1/5 of the amount of films that I need to see in order to break the record. So, I'm on a good way. I'm doing well. Now, before I talk about Guardians of the Galaxy that I saw, I want to mention one film honorably, a Spanish film called Tarde Para La Era, directed by Raúl Arevalo. It's a very good film that I saw this weekend. It's a thriller about a guy who seeks revenge against other guys who did something to him that was rather unpleasant and traumatizing. It's very violent, very intense, very thrilling, and it's just a very good film with a lot of great performances and dialogues, that are just on point and not unnecessary. Everything that is said has a purpose. Now, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is a film that came out this Wednesday in France. It comes out this weekend in the United States, so I'm not going to spoil it like I never do in any event. And I had a lot of fun. Now, this is directed by James Gunn again, who directed the first one, and it's a new addition to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And, my favorite Marvel films were Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 and Captain America 2, The Winter Soldier. This Guardians of the Galaxy is not as good as the first one, but it's still a great film with a lot of fun, very entertaining. And the good thing about this is being part of the MCU. Nowadays you have Universal, who does this monsters shared universe, starting with The Mummy. You have Warner Brothers with DC properties doing this DC, Batman, Superman, this shared universe. That now all the movies are somewhat connected to the other movies, and there are references, characters in one film. With a new Spider-Man, for instance, you're going to have Iron Man. But this one is great because it stands on its own. You don't have to have seen, except maybe Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, you don't have to have seen the other Marvel movies. It doesn't reference the other movies besides, some quick references that are more related to the fact that some characters are connected to other characters in the world, but they're not mentioned directly. And the good thing also is that it doesn't further the plot of the Avengers that's going to come out in 2018, I think. It's not this year, yeah, it's next year. And it's a lot of fun. I think among the Marvel Cinematic Universe films, it's the film that has the most comedy. I mean, they all have comedic elements to them, but throughout this film, I think you laugh every minute and at a joke, at a situation, at a quip. It's just a lot of fun, very funny. That being said, one good thing about the Marvel movies is that there's a lot of character development. Kevin Feige, the president of Marvel Studios, once said in an interview that what they do is they try to add a lot of character to and development, depth to their characters, their main characters, to their hero. That's why often the bad guys aren't very interesting, which is also the case in this film. You don't go to watch the Marvel films for the villains. You go to watch them because of the characters, and this especially when you have a group of people like the Guardians of the Galaxy that all have their personalities and are all a lot of fun to watch. You have shows where there are a lot of characters and then they focus on one character, but you don't care about with the Guardians of the Galaxy, you care about all the characters, and they all, main characters, side characters, get their moments, get their depths, you get to know their backstory, their background, what they think, what they feel, why they do what they do. And so it focuses a lot on these things, which is why in the end the overall story is not as strong, because it takes a while until you have this really, because you have some disturbing elements, some things that the Guardians have to resolve and get past, but the real main disturbance comes very late in the film. And at some point, I must admit, even though I was enjoying myself, I was wondering where this is going to go. That being said, a lot of fun. The characters were great. There were some Easter eggs for the future, and beautiful to watch in 3D IMAX. Character development on point. Main bad characters, I mean the villains, not very developed but still entertaining. And I can only recommend this film. I hope you go watch it. I hope you have a lot of fun, and let me know what you think about this film. I'll talk to you next week. Have a good evening or a good day. Salut.